In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be taking you through the day that changed my life forever and how it can change yours too. It was September 10th, 2022. It was my dad's birthday, and we were going out to take him out to lunch. We were going to watch the UT football game. They were playing Alabama, one of the top-ranked teams in the nation, obviously. And UT was a heavy underdog. We were watching the game. We had a good time over there. Defense ended up blowing it on the last possession, and UT lost by like 2. So at that point in the day, still pretty early in the day, I'm like, fuck it, what's next? I get a call from a couple buddies there at the lake. I said, a bunch of people here. He said, we're hanging out, we're drinking, having a good time. So you know me at that time, I gotta be there. I pack up all my stuff and I go, cooler full of beers in the trunk. I get there at about 4 in the afternoon. Obviously, there's a lake, there's college football on for the rest of the day, there's a UFC fight that night. It's amazing. Vibes are spectacular. So we're up there, we're drinking from about 4 o'clock to 1 in the morning, just drinking. I probably put back like 25, 30. Night comes to an end, things are wrapping up. I'm like, I gotta get home now. I got work in the morning because I'm very responsible. And I was like, I gotta drive. That's the only way I'm gonna get home. And everybody there was like, no, there's no way you're driving. Hell no. And I was like, I'm good. Like, trust me, I'm good. And they were like, we're gonna have to have you take a sobriety test. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So we start off with like the ABCs or whatever. I'll say the ABCs flawless, perfect, 100%, letter for letter, got it. Then they're like, okay, now it's time for the 1 foot in front of the other test. And I was like, shit, okay. I'm walking 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot in front of the other, about 3 steps in. Ooh, topple, hit my head. I'm down, hard fall. The committee gathers, dude. They're like, no way. Like, we're not sending this motherfucker home. So I pop up and I tell the committee, I was like, yo, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Can I drive home? The committee huddles, they're like, psh, 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 psh. About like a minute of deliberation. And they get back to me. They're like, yeah, you just made a mistake. You can go home. You're good. I was like, hell yeah, bro. Like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to work in the morning. I pack up all my stuff, trunk of the car, cooler full of beers, everything else I brought with me. That's the last bit I remember. Up until I wake up and my car is veering off the road, and I'm just boom, 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 boom. It's just bumps and metal cracking and stuff like that. I end up clipping a fence. Car gets knocked off, and then I hit a tree and my car flips over. I'm knocked out. I hit my head in the car, concussion, knocked out. I must be out for like a couple minutes, and then I wake up. Everything around me is like crushed. The car, the whole vehicle's crushed. And there's barely any room for me to wiggle around. But I still hadn't come to the realization yet that this actually happened. So I wake up and I'm like, I'm still living at home at this time. So I'm like, Mom. I thought I was having nightmares. Then I start touching around a little bit. The dashboard, the music is on. I'm like, oh shit, I really did this. So now I gotta figure out what to do next. And there's not much room to move around in the car. So I'm like, shit. So I kind of wiggle out. I'm standing up at this point and I gotta bust out the windshield. So I'm tearing down the windshield, trying to make a way out the car. This glass is shattered, obviously. My hands are bloody as blood everywhere. And I get to an opening, I'm able to grab onto a little tree, and I hop out, and it's a house there. I'm like, oh, shit. So all the beers that had spilled out of my car, I pick them up. There's a picture of me, I'll put it in here, cleaning up all the mess, because I'm very responsible again. Anyways, a couple minutes go by, like, oh, shit, I hear the sirens coming. I'm like, uh-oh. It's the police. Truck pulls up, and I get on my knees. I reveal myself, hands in the air. I'm like, I don't have any weapons. And then the dude, like, walking towards me, he's like, dude, I'm the fire department. Like, you're cool. I was like, oh, shit. All right. So they take me to the truck, sit me on the truck, doing some evaluations and whatever. They're asking me a bunch of questions. I'm like, bro, like, now is not the time for tests. Eventually, the police pull up, and they're asking me more tests. They're like, all right, we need you to do this. We need you to do this. I'm like, all right, bro, like, relax. Like, I'm tired. Just take me where you got to take me. And so the police are like, damn, like, we got to get the ambulance out here. Like, you take you to the hospital first. And so the ambulance gets there. I go in the hospital. They're like, what happened? I'm like, nothing. They cuff me to the hospital bed. I'm like, yeah, bro. They take me to the jail. And I'm in there with a couple guys. We were just kind of in the lobby chilling, waiting around, just waiting to get booked into a cell. And the lobby was pretty tight. It was a couple guys who weren't supposed to be talking to each other, but we were kind of like making faces and shit. So one guy, Oscar, he was getting deported, and he was smiling on his face. Brilliant dude. free Oscar, bring him back. Anyways, I get booked into the cell. It's 4 walls, no windows, obviously, kind of like a New York City apartment. It sucked. It was not very comfortable, steel bed and all that. I have all this time to think, like, what the hell have I been doing for the past, 3 years? All the decisions I've made were leading to this big accident. They were leading to this current point in my life. The next couple of years fucking sucked, dude. It was, you gotta have a breathalyzer in for 7 months. Oh, you gotta do this. You gotta do community service. You gotta take these classes. You gotta, be a good citizen. And I'm like, oh, I already am, but I'll do this anyways. This whole thing drawn out for years. I have time to reflect, time to think. And 2 things that I took away from it most were, regardless of what has happened to you, regardless of where you're at and where you're going, it doesn't matter what you've accomplished. It takes 1 move to take it all away, and it takes 1,000 moves to accomplish it. So shit can change just like that. The second thing that I took away from it was the fact that I had no purpose at that time, 0 purpose. And that's what leads you to fill the void. That's what leads you to drink, to party, to do dangerous things, to do crimes, whatever else we were doing. All happened, those behaviors were a result of me not knowing what I was supposed to be doing, not knowing what my purpose was on this earth. So before you get into any of those behaviors, before you do any of those things, have you spent enough time trying to find your purpose, trying to find your place on this earth? Or are you just cruising? You're just having fun? Are you just feeling that void? You can't fill that void with fun. You can't fill that void with satisfaction, enjoyment, pleasure. That void is filled by purpose. That void is filled by God. And we all have the void. I don't believe that we're born with it, but I believe that as life goes on, as we experience the things that humans experience, the void grows and grows and grows. And it is your responsibility to find out how to fill it and what to fill it with. And I'm telling you right now, the things that you're likely doing are not filling that void. If this video helped you, subscribe for more.